Here, we're going to go ahead and start with the prompt like we always do. And the prompt says, or asks, which choice uses data from the table to complete the comparison? So we need to know what comparison is being made. So let's start reading. The only flowering plant species native to this place grow in places where the earth remains free of ice for much of the year. This botanist wondered how the warming of the climate had affected those places. So she visited a site, first in one year, then in another, to count the number of plants growing there. She found that the area of land covered by the species had expanded during the 9-year period. While both species likely benefited from warming temperatures, this particular one did what? So, of course, we're not reading in a word-for-word sense. Our style of reading has to do with the idea that we believe that your visual side of your brain sees every single word, while the auditory side of your brain can only do a couple of things at once. So by reading everything with your eyes and only pronouncing certain words in your inner monologue, it puts you in a much better position to understand what you're doing because you're not overloaded with details while you read. So we're going to go ahead and look at the data. Both species benefited from the warming, and that makes sense because we have a % increase in both of them. But this particular one, which is right here, had a bigger increase. So in my own words, I'll say it had a bigger increase than the other one. So which answer says that? So the bigger one suppressed the growth of the other one. There would be no evidence to see that one of them suppressed the other. B, it saw a greater expansion than the other one, increasing the area of land it covered by more than half. That makes sense because it's 55%. That's more than half. C, showed a greater increase in the average size of individual plants. Well, it had an increase, but it wasn't an average size of individual plants. It was in area covered. So we can get rid of that one. And D says it covered land newly freed from ice at a rate 55% faster. And once again, it didn't do this. It did this, which is exactly what we saw here. The area of land that it covered matches what was in the label for the chart. So the best answer is B.